Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's episode of Content and Creations. I am so excited for some of the awesome stuff that we're already going to be checking out today. I've already got a short list of people who are going to be touring. That is Comarist, Kuramash, Ogres, Devents, who I'm not sure if it's Rune Edge or Dragon Sage this time, but I'll have to figure out. And Mythforger, and of course anybody else that wants to be toured, just let me know and I'll get you on the list here. Welcome all you lovely people. Onzul Bad Viking, Arudnell, Dorking Yiz, welcome. So, let's see. So before I actually move on to any of the tour locations, I kind of want to wait for some of the folks to show up here. And this is something that I was working, actually a couple of things. So up here I was thinking about doing a ceiling based build. So I just kind of copied the floor and jumped it up here. Nice, Onzul. And you can see what I did to, add a little bit more detail to it. I just kind of added a few chunky pieces and then smoothed it a bit. And, that's some fun sort of detail to do. But really, it was more the idea. I wanted to maybe make like a shell, like almost like a lattice of these crystals, maybe coming to one point here and another point here, and having crystals coming through and intersecting through each other. Essentially creating almost like a circular walled off sort of area. Cool. Alright. Cool. I'm definitely excited to check your guys' stuff out. So, by the way, I sent out a couple of tweets. Definitely retweet them. At least the main one here. Get the word out here. And while you do that, let me get this started. So, if you are here in chat, you can win either a 7-day beta key, an orange tech suit, or a 10x glass movers bundle. And even if you've won them before, you can win more. I think the only one you just can't redeem again is the orange tech suit. The rest of them, you can redeem more than one of the 7-day beta keys, and you can most definitely redeem many more of those glass movers. Same with the landmines, if you ever come across codes for those. So let's continue along here. Well, actually, let me just kind of show basically what the what I've used here. Actually, is the rough translucent ice. It actually is a really nice material to use for making crystal-like structures. It's fun stuff. All right. I'm going to go to Mythforger's place first. I don't know if they were planning to be here or not, but they actually sent in an application using the form down below. So, you know what? Because they did the thing, I'm going to go there first. Because I love it when people do the application. Oh wait, it had a special name to it. Let me look up in my notes here. And while I'm doing that, how have you folks been doing? Alright, let's see. Yeah, do you folks have a good Thursday, Friday, Saturday? get any shopping in. Still serious heartburn from Thursday. Are you still eating leftovers from Thursday? How you doing, baby cannon? Alright. Albane Catacombs. Darn. I can't find it. Oh no. Hey, Katarella. I haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing? Good to see ya. Good to see ya. By the way, if anybody's wondering where Landmark Daily went, I got a job. I'm working for My Dream, which is another creative sandbox game. I'm a community manager over there, so expect to see me playing a lot of that too. Oh, but I wish I could find how to find this place. Is there any other detail I could use here? No, there's no other information. Darn. Thanks, Cthulhu. Thanks, Ketero. Hey, Metallical. Nope, can't find the place. Sorry, folks. Alright, well, I guess that's that. Oh, hey, Myth Forger. Team up. I don't know why it's not showing up either. Just give me the coordinates and I'll go there. That'll be the easiest way. Controls bugged out there for a moment. That was weird. Hey, Knobwinkle, how's it going? Let's do a little old school travel here. Hey, hey, hey. Doing great, doing great. So actually, I ordered a Blue Yeti with the pop filter and the stand. Sog was saying it's overkill, and for just broadcasting it is. However, I do have a desire to get some more quality voice acting stuff in, potentially for, any sort of projects. I work with, a lot of indies, and any of them might want, like, a neuro villain or something, or a hero, or whatever. Or maybe I'll make it myself for Bit Brawlers, which is a highly moddable game that I'll probably be messing around a lot with in the next few months. But I'm definitely excited to actually have a really nice quality mic. I cannot have this thing in front of my mouth all the time. Eventually be able to switch up to earbuds so I could just have the hat straight on my head. Mythforger, coordinates please. It's no problem. North. North you go. Oh, wait. What's that phrase about flying? About trying to fall and failing, jumping and trying to hit the ground and failing, or something like that. That's kind of what's going on here. All right, Ramaj, how's it going? Keeper of the Great Duck. Oh, wait. This one here, I think. Yes, yes, yes. They do, Rudnell. Alright. Let me come in to first person here. So first off, we've got these lovely gargoyles here. And to accentuate that shine, you've got, what is that, obsidian? That is polished obsidian, and that's also polished obsidian, isn't it? Yeah. What's this other material? Sand. Interesting. I guess that's sand kind of covering over the top of things a bit. Very nice. This here you're using dark elf stone pavers. Oh yeah, I guess that's in one of the worked stones or something. I like that. Okay. So, this part here, definitely make it thicker one way or the other. I would say make it thicker towards the outside. But the reason why, basically what this hallway translates to me as is a bunch of blocks this big but this thin being stacked together to make a wall. That wouldn't really make sense. That wouldn't actually be very sturdy. I think it would make a lot more sense if you made it a lot wider so it looks like all of the blocks actually have the width to support that weight and to not kind of feel like they're slippery and wobbly on top of each other. That's and then the other thing that allows, if you make this hallway wider and even make this entire approach wider, is that you can completely weather and crumble it a lot more. It gives you a lot wider of a space to be able to break it up and make holes and divots and signs of wear and signs of battle and that sort of stuff. I think that would be a really, really big detail on this, especially if you're meant to kind of come at it from the side here, being able to see a lot more kind of damage and wear all up through the area here, and a lot more plants and stuff, maybe a bit more monolithic or something. Yeah, a little bit. Didn't think of that. That's why I'm here, Mythforger. I'm all about architectural awareness. Speaking of a row of bricks along the top here, I'm not sure. It's something we've discussed in previous episodes. Bricks aren't... They're designed to support weight this way, but not this way. So I would say definitely replace this with either solid stone or plaster or metal, or there's other things you could do with it too. You could actually even do it plaster and then do like a metal design over it or something. Oh, I know. So this is Dark Elf, right? Because if it isn't Dark Elf, then you could definitely use the combination of brass and oxidized brass to really make the place look worn. Most of the brass would be oxidized and kind of eaten away in some areas. Wood even. Many castles use timbers. You're absolutely right, Arudno. Very good point. Well, like you could do something decorative there. You could do something, functional, but I would definitely recommend swapping out the brick. And I like the I see what's going on here. So these actually look right like this, but using maybe something thicker below it. Not Dark Elf, just love the textures. Gotcha. Yeah, maybe I don't know if that needs to be thicker. If this is supposed to be like a solid slab of stone versus plaster, because it seems like the roof of a structure like this would also be a lot thicker, but at the same time, I can see you put a lot of work into the edge, or whoever was working on this part of it, and it looks really great. It's just on the thinner side, I think. It's really, really cool. I like a lot of what you've got going on here. These little windows, kind of defensible areas to fire out. Not sure what those are for, but that's storage, or is this some sort of large burial thing, I guess, like a tomb for kings or something, I guess. I don't know. They actually have people defending and patrolling it to make sure nobody tries to rob it. Add some beams, same lines as the columns to add support. That's a great idea, Ramaj. And that's another thing you could really mess around with to add more wear and tear to the place. You can have some amount of the wood still kind of standing and just like, broken down and battered. and then you can have some areas like where all the stone here is broken through, having wooden stone all over the floor. In fact, that's actually something I would strongly recommend to further emphasize the damage here. Kind of roughly approximate the volume of all the voxels that have fallen through here and deposit them on the floor in the form of rubble. That would be a really nice way to kind of accentuate the damage, and I guess that would also be a way to preserve the thickness of the floor here, the roof. Hey, Ogres Not, how's it going? Yeah, rotted wood. Well, there's probably ways you can use like grass and other stuff to make it look rotted. Tricky ways to do it. If nobody has tested that sort of thing out yet, you know, I'm sure there's people in the community who will gladly take that on, texture experts and such. I like this here. I like the wear going across. One of the really nice things to accentuate with the wear and tear on the walls using this stone is to have the wear actually cut out sections relative to where the stones are at, so it looks like the entire thing has gotten, you know, kind of chunked out, versus right here it looks like this stuff is more kind of gotten torn away or you know, damaged by something and knocked out of the area. Some cool stuff. I really like the attention to detail in a lot of this stuff. Chandelier, candles, that makes sense. This here for the stone, once again, you know, we've already talked about supports, so, you know, more supports and stuff. And you can even potentially cave some of this in a little bit. Like some area where one of these columns has fallen, like right here. You just have it cave in, cave through, so you have to almost like climb over that a little bit to get in, and then inside of here a little bit deeper. I don't know, maybe like a larger chunk of this fell down through here and made a hole. Yeah, Rude, no, we were talking about that. Or I was talking about that a second ago, rather, the idea of kind of volumetrically sizing up where the stuff is damaged. Like, you know, this here you could even have a bit of rubble on this side and on the other side, same here. This is a really interesting sort of effect going on here again, by the way, because you have, once again, these really, you know, large, thin stones that rightfully seem like they should be, you know, large bricks of their own. And then right behind them is a smaller, more intricate sort of brick. It's a really interesting sort of thing. Like this, it essentially is as if this is just plaster that's been shaped to look like bricks, which is kind of an interesting idea. You know, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just it's kind of weird because they're the functionality and the, you know, the architectural use of the textures kind of gets a little weird for me there. It does look like an impact. I like that. It's cool. Hey, what's this? That's pretty neat. Oh, I can't open these? Oh, man. A lot of great stuff going on here. The one thing I would say, though, I can see, you know, there's still a lot of work in progress status going on. Yeah, Rudna, with those outer limestone blocks were really large, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that's definitely a great observation. Mythforger, I thought we got a coffin prop from the Halloween stuff, didn't we? Maybe I'm mistaken. But I really like what you've got going on here. It's great. It's definitely it's in a good position to be a winner. Just continuing a little bit more progress and a little bit more work. And I think definitely having that kind of lumpy rubble and stuff up in this area where the roof is kind of fallen through, you'll actually have those divots actually feel bumpy walking across it, which I think will give another accentuate the kind of ruined and kind of uneven terrain feel of it. Very cool. I'd love to see more of these being used as well. Yep, Nubwinkle, that's correct. Ogres and Ruins team up stuff. That's what we rolling with. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. There was one other detail I saw on the way up, and I wasn't sure if I was going to comment on it or not. Oh, that's... yeah, if you can make that corner fit. Or actually, what you can do with this corner, if you want to accentuate, use a larger corner piece that extends out maybe 2 voxels in every direction, and use either obsidian or some other stone material. So that way not only does it link everything up, but it adds this nice fat corner on it. But the thing that I was going to say on my way over here is that I saw, and I really like those columns by the way, the path here doesn't really feel like it fits with the rest of it. It's a lot more worn. It seems like the sort of thing where the brick would have also been used out here to build this up. And this part here, this kind of slope of stone, I could see that being a little bit more worn down. Once again, like I had said earlier, having like this kind of thickness to work with on the walls here and other places, so that way you can really like weather it up, and just massive divots and stuff, and just giant like sections of the wall being sheared out of it. But of course it still stands because there's still a lot more. I could see a lot more detail being added to these columns as well, doing like a geometric inlay cut, something that kind of cuts a band all the way across here, and then it further cuts in and maybe has another step where it kind of cuts in a little bit further a couple of times, and then have that stretch all the way down through, maybe do it on all the sides going around. So it's got a lot more class to it. So it's got a lot more kind of depth and detail. Right now it's flat on flat. The columns are flat on the front faces, on the side faces, and the wall behind it, other than some of the wear going through, it's also rather flat. So that would really help push things out a lot, is adding more of that sort of detail, and doing more of that sort of stuff just all the way around would really help. Where the bricks and everything are and aren't worn, you can have accentuating bricks or layers of other things. Instead of it being brick all the way from the floor up to here, I could see you doing a stripe of obsidian or a stripe of metal or something, going all the way across, all the way through, around the perimeter of the inner structure, and then maybe on the columns you've got another strip of metal that mimics that, or something kind of above and below that strip, so you've got this parallaxing, like strip of stuff here framed by the strip of stuff here and here that then, reflects on the back wall. That could be a really, really nice way to kind of add some more detail to this place. Ooh, what is this? Okay, so you kind of have some of that going on. Like these metal stripes you've got here and here, you could kind of do something like that. Yeah, just kind of mimic what you've got going on here. Utilize this sort of stuff. And you kind of use that, I guess, as a template for where you put the extra levels of detail and accentuation all the way through. It doesn't have to be this metal. You could use a different metal, or you can pattern it up differently. So you've got just the patterny part of the metal that you're using all the way through, alternating with the stone. Yeah, baby cannon. That's what I was kind of looking at a little bit. That's why I was thinking maybe the brick to replace this, and then this path here being more just the solid stone that's kind of worn a bit. And that same pattern that you're doing with the columns below, you can do up here as well. That would be a good repetition. And even on the inside of here, being able to duplicate that same metal that you'd be using, or whatever pattern you're using on the outside, if it kind of interacts with that general area of the building. If the pattern kind of ends below where these columns begin, it wouldn't be necessary to do that. It might not even make sense. Or maybe it would make sense. I don't know. You'd have to do it and find out. This is cut a little squarely here. It's kind of interesting. Like just this edge in particular, I would definitely recommend maybe retouching, adding a little bit more curves and stuff to that area. Oh, that's a neat idea, Rudnell. Different ways people have tried to get in. Had to push that side in order to add the exterior columns. I gotcha. I gotcha. That's all good. That's what we're here for, folks. We're here to make awesome builds more awesome. Alright, well, I think I've seen everything. Is there anything else that you want any more comments on? Otherwise, or not otherwise, actually, while you're thinking of that, I'm going to get myself a hefty leap off of this mountain here and take a nice screenshot of the place from above. Hmm. The playability of it? Is it meant to be? I mean, I can talk about that for a moment. That's not a problem. Oops. Mythforgers team up. Work in progress. Whoops. On. Contact Creations, episode 14, and let me get the coordinates. I mean, if the place is meant for combat, then you most definitely want to make the walls thicker. Much, much thicker. Alright. Now let's give this a review with creatures in mind. With creatures in mind, first and foremost, this ramp is almost wasted space. I would strongly recommend making it wider, building up columns along the way, like support columns, decorative columns that go up alongside it, and having kind of platforms on with those columns. I don't know if we'll have this kind of control, but I would randomly put two creatures on behind some of those columns, like maybe there's 8 of those columns, having 2 randomized spawn points where the creatures will appear, or 8 randomized spawn points where only 2 will appear, rather, when you first come through. That way, if you just go up, you'll be ambushed. If you come around from the side and maybe try to sword dash your way. Oh yeah, and I would also recommend making the platform kind of wide and really, taper off at the top here, so that way it's a lot harder to grapple and get on top of it, or assuming we'll still have it, being able to just sword charge up to the top. But nevertheless, the idea of having this, the ramp itself being the first encounter, the first, like, oh crap, I better be on my guard, there might be more than 2 creatures trying to ambush me if I go a little bit further. So when they finally make it up to here, let me get that infinite glide off the screen. I would say Ruined portcullis would be a good sort of thing, and if you were going to do that, you would either need to make the space below where it sinks down, or add a mechanism or space above where it goes up. If not, if this is just meant to be an open archway, once again, enemies could be hidden behind there rather easily. Actually, this could even be a place where an enemy pops out, that they're kind of waiting down here, and then once you go by, they kind of creep up from behind. That could be a lot of fun. In all of these little nooks between, where the windows are, that's definitely more hiding spaces for enemies, for sure. Gargoyles as actual mobs, yeah, that would be great. If it's the sort of thing where we're actually going to be able to open these, I would love to have, maybe treasure in a couple of them, and a couple of them have really powerful mobs in them. Yeah, seriously, Mythforge. No, they only ward off evil spirits, not evil people. Yeah. Alright. I almost want to see this part built up a little bit further, so that way when you're on the ground floor, when you're kind of looking up from down here, you can't see it, but there's actually a bunch of creatures up here waiting. And when you finally get into this area, when you finally, kind of making your way through here, they're jumping down from up here and coming after you. Maybe, 8 of them come through. They might not all be the toughest. Maybe 1 or 2 of them are tougher, like captain types. But there's a lot of them. You're going to have to deal with them. That would definitely be a really nice sort of, this is the big getting ambushed encounter space sort of thing. And it might be the sort of thing where, I don't know how you would be able to stealth by here and not get their notice, not get their attention. Then if you, once you win that battle, assuming you do, going down into here, now I could see a different sort of thing here. Maybe you've got glide over, 560 dynamite, all clear. Yeah, alright, Rama, do you think it's actually going to be that easy? So this area, I would say, it's the last place that the kind of inhabitants of this area have taken over. It stops here. There's no more guards past this point. And the guards that they have here are really tough. Maybe there's 2, maybe there's 3. And then it's when you get into this room that you start to see why that's where the guards kind of end, and why 2 of them were facing this way and only 1 of them was facing this way to spot you on the way down. Because there's actually much tougher creatures. Maybe there's all sorts of necrozoas and stuff floating around down here, and you have to actually, fight through them, defeat them, with of course a much tougher one that you would meet in this room, or perhaps you fight 2 or 3 of them in here, and another 2 or 3 of them on the way here. You can't access this initially. You have to open the coffins and flip switches in both of them, which both of them are needed to raise this, but they also trigger your giant super tough boss version to spawn in here, or yeah, no, to spawn in here. And, you know, either epic battle or epic retreat. There might be some more creatures, there might be more stuff trying to defend along the way. There might be another, you know, ambush party or something, or if any of the mobs didn't get killed and you actually let them run away, that they bring back 3 to 5 per which one for each one that you let get away. That would be a good way. That would be pretty awesome. If I was going to set up an encounter, that's how I would do it in this space. And I definitely feel like this is the space that would work for an encounter. Now, of course, down here you can have all sorts of other stuff. You can have a completely different sort of thing. Little things kind of patrolling around. They could actually have, if you wanted it, like an encampment down here. Make like a little tent sort of structure, like you know, tie some rope from here and here, here and here to a big old piece of canvas that's hanging out here that one of them is just kind of chilling under, and maybe that's their, you know, commissary or supplies or whatever for holding this place. And anybody who gets hungry or needs to replace their weapon or anything, that's where they go. And it would, of course, would be heavily defended on its own. It would have maybe, you know, 3 or 4 of those tough defender guys that you would see towards the end before you get into the you know, the tougher creatures. So that's what I could see being done with this place. Sound good? Alright. Next on the list I have is Kurmash Comrest. Are you here, buddy? I'm going to give you a couple minutes to respond, and while we're doing that, Ogres, are you around? Is that the sort of thing you were looking for, or was there more advice that you were, you know, expecting or wanting or hoping? I think it's just the path at the start is really where you need to focus on adding more. Just those, you know, little columns and stuff with the platform so they can try to ambush you on the way up. Or if you sneak past, if you just go straight to here, that they come up from behind you. D-Man, how's it going? Ogresnot, how's the build looking? Is it ready for review? I don't think Com's here yet. D-Man. You got it. You're on the list. Ogre Docs? You got it. Ogre, just let me know if you if you want me to go sooner or later, cause I guess I'm gonna move on to. Let me just change this in my notes. Okay. Ogres not. Nah. Marketplace close. Marketplace open. There we go. Alright. Damn, we spent an hour there. Well, I mean, time spent to get there. And yeah. No, that was awesome. D-man. Wait a minute. Is this the build? Is this the build that you want to have checked? Oh, okay. Yeah, hot dog plane. I guess I was muted while I was saying all of that. It looks like a hot dog. Hot dog plane. Hot dog plane. Hot dog plane. Hot dog plane. Alright. Gonna look frozen from extracting crystal from the statue. That's really cool. I like it. That's a really cool idea. Hot dog plane. Sog would probably love a hot dog plane. He eats hot dogs all day. All day, every day. How do I get into this thing? There's gotta be a hollow entrance. There we go. Oh. Not for me. It's pretty cool. Now here's the question: is the ice and stuff supposed to look like it's on the outside of the stone, or like it's cut through the stone, like the crystal is growing through it or something? Should get rid of the gray color and just put, yeah, snow and ice. Actually, what we really need is that that icy stone, the cave stone texture for tundra, but it's not available yet. That would really be the best to use. That's pretty neat. I would say do what you can to clean this up. There's definitely a very obvious seam going, up and down the middle of the statue here. Same here. It works a little better here for the spine, except the spine I think would actually be protruding, not sunk in. Mellow, how's it going? It's pretty cool stuff. I would also recommend changing out all of these materials down here to various types of the ice, either the opaque ice or actually I think the translucent ice would really look cool if you use that for the platforms and the stuff leading up to it. You could also use cobalt. Cobalt would look beautiful. Cobalt and Ethereum. To accentuate the kind of whitish bluishness of the ice and the snow, and potentially light sources. Also using the indigo, not the light blue, but the indigo light source. If you're gonna go with cobalt and Ethereum. Knobwinkle's the only one who wants stuff, huh? I like this frozen water here too. That's really cool. clear ice can't blend. It doesn't matter. These bricks don't need to blend. Gotcha. Alright. So that's pretty cool. So is Hot Dog Ship the other thing, or is it the other ogre project? Hot Dog Ship. Whoops. Oh, I'll be down there in just a moment. Oops, waiting for that publish to go through. Are these more Ogrezoidal? Hell yes they are. You've definitely got the shape exactly how you need to. At this point, if you wanted to do any more modification, it would be working more of the textures across everything. Because it doesn't have to be all stone the entire way up. You can definitely include elements of metal, especially places to add triangular protrusions. Like you could add one just off of the corners, going off of both directions, or even pointing up, having ones on each of the corners of the columns. Good stuff. I can't remember if these were here last time or not, but this looks great. And this also is rather lovely. Just this whole area is really nicely detailed. It's not, overwhelmingly detailed, but certainly stuff that communicates ogre style. Oh, this lovely cloth thing to stand on here. Now this is neat. Little slice of nature. Very cool. It's just a nice little decorative piece. It works so well. Especially the way all of the stone kind of works with it here. Now what's... This is metal actually, isn't it? Whoops, I need... Yeah, dull bronze. That's really cool. Not sure about the cloth here. I'm thinking that might also be better off to be bronze. Curling inward, hooks curling inward on themselves, always a correct thing for the ogre style. Just haven't completed that corner yet. Work in progress. I understand. Yeah, it's stone on the other side, and stone looks alright, but having seen the red on the other side, I actually think using brass there, maybe actually the oxidized brass would work better here. That kind of fits with the nature theme a little bit better, especially if someone's seeing it from above. Okay. So let me get that out of the way. I really like that extra angling that you've got going on the stairs there. That's definitely really, really cool. Nice big ogre-sized stairs. Oh, this is going to be a bank. Very cool. Bank of Face Smasher. Well, then immediately what I'm going to say, if this is going to be a bank, these walls need to be thick. Like we were saying at the last place, if you're going to have the stone like this, definitely have it be nice thick bricks going the entire way through. So having this go, you know, all the way, maybe even as far as to here, having this wall even going as far as to here as well, and this wall going as far as to about here, I think that would actually make the proportions a lot better. You can always, you know, extend it on the outside too if you've got the room. But I think that the outside's more set in place. The inside is probably more where you'd push things if you're going to add more depth. But really thick walls, it's not the sort of thing where you want some, you know, ogre just to be able to smash through. To a voxel thick wall like this, yeah, ogre smash through that. Ogre smash. I'm guessing this is where the vault door is going to go, and that'll be pretty cool. Some additional storage rooms. Just the vault walls. I guess you could do just the vault walls. That would make sense. And also, I would recommend with the vault walls, line them with stone. Like, use a real nice, sturdy stone. You can use this. You could even use like obsidian or something if you wanted. But have it lined with metal. Have metal, like, horizontal bands going all the way through, or vertical bands going all the way through, and a couple horizontal stripes going across. Make it look really reinforced. Like if you were trying to fire catapults at this place, it wouldn't, you know, it wouldn't budge on the inside. That I think would be a really nice detail to establish for it. I like it a lot. Some great stuff. Was there anything else here that you wanted particular feedback on? I like this part up here. Got a big thick chunk of fabric draped across. That's just one voxel thick water. I'm guessing you just ran out. That would be really cool to have up there. How does one get up here? I guess that's from the from out back. Yeah, thick cloth. Thin cloth is for Karens. Karens are a lot finer with their detail, that sort of stuff. Thick cloth for ogres. They're big and ogreish. They're ogres. They're brutes. I mean, they're very intelligent, but they're still like, civilized brutes at the end of the day. They're basically like a race of jocks. Like, I guess if you took USC frat boys and made them into a fantasy race, that's kind of what ogres are. Anyway. Anyway. Some really great stuff going on here. Really like this detail around the top here too. I know I looked at it earlier, but it's still really nice. Or is the same one you did there. There you go, Rudnell. Bunch of ogres see Dark Elf Town. Nerds! Burn it to the ground, give the elves wedgies. Yeah, for sure. They wouldn't burn it to the ground. They'd just knock over a few columns and give them wedgies. And then they'd just leave with some gold or something. Oh yeah, we're on Courage Pit. Stuff them headfirst into planters. Yes. Hey Mello, did you have something to get toward this week, buddy? Let's see, last week we didn't get to you. Thought you were maybe saying this week you were gonna have something, but I can't remember. Or were you chilling out on the building for now? I can't recall. Because I would definitely love to see what you're working on if you're working on something. No tour still. Still worn out from it. Gotcha, gotcha. Alright. Let's move it along then. Yeah, comm still isn't on. Defense, are you on? I don't think I saw you in here earlier. Nope. Oh yeah, for sure. I guess everyone's out on the holidays. Alright. Anzul. Anzul, are you still here? Anzul? Anzul has boogied out. Bad Viking. Marketplace close. Oh, whoops. It's one word. Marketplace close. Bonk. Frozen hot dog ship. Bad Viking. Man. We're going to your place. Alright, so we've got an old-fashioned vehicle here. An old-school truck. Melody of the icicles and snow effect on the arches. Nice. That looks really cool. That looks funny. I really like that, the extra crystal and stuff being added here. An old Chevy, nice. I really like this, the ice kind of going up the columns. It's pretty solid. A couple little plants here and there. It's very cool. Definitely significant work going on here. Great stuff. Great stuff. Now then, this new one. It's a gigantic skull. A gigantic skull with a horned helmet. And a big ol' sword next to it. That's pretty awesome, just as something to come across. Oh yeah, no, I saw the angle of the sword. It's pretty neat. Now, if only it could have been twisted like this way a little bit or something, so it looks even more kind of off axis. If that's something that's just a copy paste, like it's a template that you've got complete, I would definitely recommend messing with that a little bit more, but as it is right now, it's pretty awesome. That's a really interesting custom wall you've got. Ha! Rude Nell. So you definitely got like a... Actually, I don't know. Is this supposed to be like the some sort of a river town or something, or is this a sewer system, or is this like trench warfare trenches? Is what this makes me think of. Especially with this. This is probably trenches. This is like a battleground, isn't it? Like a modern, like a World War I, World War II sort of. Where does this go? Outside. Why would I want that? That's dumb. Oh look, and it's even those the fancy climbable Very cool. So you can get out if you need to. Like Metal Gear. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And this is going more for a modern type, I'm guessing. It's really neat. Boot camp. It's pretty cool. I figured you were trying to communicate sandbags with it. I don't know if that's how sandbags should look. I think it should just be basically like squishy bricks kind of stacked on top of one another. I wonder, is one of the cushions maybe more appropriate? Maybe you'd be able to use one of the pillows in conjunction with the voxels, or just stack a bunch of. Oh, that would be a huge use of props in a small area. But if you actually stacked a wall out of like one of the pillows or something. Let's see. Outfitter's table. No. Tinker's workshop. Prop. Decoration. Furniture? No, decoration. None of them are the right color. Hey, Jimmy, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Oh, so it's not a team-up build. Ha. Alright. Alright. Actually, the low LOD version is kind of awesome too. Or whatever that was. Missing material or something. Wrong material. Ah, bad Viking. Nah. I'm a busy man, you see. As soon as this one sends, we will move on. There we go. Cool deal, cool deal. Alright, one more roll call here. on Zool. No events. D-Man, you're up next. D-Man. Clarity. Ogre farting pit, huh? Fantastic. Alright, we're going to wait a moment for the terrain to load in because, as you folks may know, D-Man is notorious for making gigantic builds that take forever to load in. I am. I don't know how that one happened. But nonetheless, yeah. The columns are definitely correct. I like the metal on them. I like the use of them everywhere. Like this is like a big open air sort of ogre sort of build. I guess you have the launchers to get around because there aren't really stairs to get up and around, but we've got this nice triangular doorway here, or not triangular, pentagon shaped doorway that works really, really well, or window, or whatever it is. I like the use of the rug lining it there. That's cool. The red. Haha, indeed, original. Of course, it'll be a lot easier to see when I am and am not muted when I've got a microphone that reflects it with the color on it, rather than the only other thing I have is this little thing. Lights up when I'm muted. Need the chains? Oh yeah, definitely. A lot more chains I could see being used. Okay, nobody else has done it yet. D-Man, you're gonna be the one to do this. Ogre bedroom. And the door to the bedroom, it isn't a standard door. It's like one of those, you know, those bead curtain things like you would see in like the 60s and 70s, where it's just a string of beads hanging down. You go through those and get to, you know, wherever you're getting to. There's probably other places where you see them. Probably existed in other cultures for much longer, but anyway, you know what I'm talking about. So do the same sort of thing with chains. Have chains kind of draping down, and then a few towards the middle that are the curved chains kind of going out to the sides, making the entryway where you can walk into the ogre bedroom. Like I said, you would be the man to do something like that. Get it done, good sir. Get it done. Really like the use of the metal. Where it was dark here, I couldn't even tell. I didn't even realize, but yeah, that metal going all the way around is great. And that is a hell of a lot to use as well. Yeah, we'll check out the top. Little planter with a tree in it. That's interesting. Or a pool with a tree in it, rather. And this going all the way around is pretty cool. I like that. A lot of great stuff you've got going on here for a you know, an experimental D-Man style, you know, Clarity style build. As you make some really neat, interesting experimental stuff for sure. I don't think I did actually. Are those below? And that pool, I believe, leads all the way down. Yep. Flava Deluxe. Hey, hey. How's it going? This looks pretty cool. And of course, in your usual style, the swimming pool that leads all the way up to stuff. I like these. I really like these geometric windows that you've made. They're really cool. I gotcha. See you later, Bad Viking. Have a good one. Thank you for coming through, and I'm glad I was give you a tour while you're around here. See ya later. That's pretty neat. I could see a like a giant beacon fire. You just, every now and then you come in and throw like half a tree's worth of wood in. Keeps it going for a bit. That's really neat. Oh, I like that. You've got the water underneath the lava, so it kind of comes up and down through it. That's really, really cool. That's a really smart effect. Great stuff. I like the chains hanging down in the little hangout areas there. Cool. Good stuff. As always. Yeah, we can head on over. Grats, Knobwinkle. Alright, how far down, D-Man? What you got, D-Man? Oh, nice. A new spider. A new bomb copter. Nice bomb drone. I like it. I think I saw the floaty brain last time. I think I've seen the floaty brains already. They're pretty cool though. Oh, a launcher creature. That's really cool. What else you got? Is that it? Knobwinkle, which thing would you like, by the way? That's it? Cool stuff. Did we take a screenshot of your place yet? Okay, so Calm's out for this week. He and his buddies were playing a lot of 7 Days to Die, it turns out. Whoops. We'll have to get him next week. The Ogre build, yeah, that's the one that I would be doing. Welcome back, Knobwinkle. What was it that you were liking to get with your win? Or looking to get? Liking to get, whatever. Yo, prize, sucker. Yeah, I know I've gotten the tech lab. Chains are going to hold everything up and be walkways. That's awesome. Alright folks, we are going to be looking at taking our usual break for a few minutes here. So... Awesome, D-Man. Alright, we'll be back in about, say about 10 minutes. See you then.